Boys, oh boys. There she was. The prettiest girl I've ever saw. Let's not get ahead of myself again now. As I sit in my old chair on the porch, I gaze off in the distance. The sun beams down upon the colourful flowers which line the front of the house. The smell of fresh cut grass catches my nose every now and then. The birds chirp freely from a distance, and I could hear the sounds of children from down the road laughing and singing their merry songs. As I blinked, a tear trickled down my cheek. I kept staring off in the distance. Suddenly I hear a voice. "Dad, why do you look so sad on such a beautiful day?" I quickly blink again and turn my head to see my beautiful daughter standing in the doorway, looking at me. I notice that my baby is growing up too fast. "Is there anything wrong?" she asks. I knew that now was the time. "Come, my love, come sit next to me. Hold my hand and let me tell you a little story. A story that happened long, long before your time. You see, this bright sunny day brings me back to my younger years. It brings me back to when there was this girl I used to know. I was probably only about your age. Ha ha, those were the days. Beautiful sunny days. Boys, did we ever have fun back then. Every day we'd meet each other to go outside. We'd play games. We'd run through the fields of green. And we laughed and we sang. You know something, love? I believe the summer days were even warmer back then. It sounds like you really like this girl, Dad." I sure did. As we grew older, our feelings for each other became stronger and stronger. So strong that our hearts felt as one. "See that little church in the distance down there?" "Yes," she replies. "Well, that's where we got married. I remember it as if it was only yesterday. I can remember staring at the old wood stove in the church as I waited to see her, trying to hold all my feelings in. The stained, colourful glass stood out on both sides of me. And then, there she was. Boys, oh boys, the prettiest looking girl I've ever saw. I'll never forget the look in her eyes, the smile on her face. A glow of love surrounded her. Oh, those were the days. To be young again. We eventually bought this house that we're living in now. As I looked at my daughter, I could see tears falling from her eyes. She went to say something. I squeezed her hand a bit tighter and whispered, "Let me finish, love." I was proud to call her mine. She was my world. A few months later, she became pregnant. We were so excited. Our own little child. We couldn't wait. We spoke about if it was going to be a boy or a girl. We used to talk about different names like Anna or Jeffrey. We wondered, who will she or he look like? Will the baby have dark hair, light hair? It was a feeling like no other. Her pregnancy started out without a hitch. Her face would light up with glee. She had to be the happiest woman alive. I bowed my head down and paused for a second or two. I could feel my daughter's hand tremble as she held on to mine. 1 lovely year was all we had. 1 lovely year. During the last few months of her pregnancy, I knew something didn't feel right. Your mom felt tired and sick. She just wasn't herself. Sick to the point where her what once were rosy cheeks were starting to fade. Many a nights I would just cry to myself and pray that everything would be okay. I slowly looked up at my daughter. 9 long months she carried you. 9 long months. But there was nothing I could do. There wasn't a goddamn thing I could do to make this all better. Your mom gave her life so that you could live. I look back at my daughter. Her eyes look into mine as we both wipe away our tears. She smiles at me just to comfort me. And I say to her, "So you ask me why I look so sad on this bright summer day, and why the tears are in my eyes, and I seem so far away. It's just you seem a lot like her when your eyes look into mine, and you smile so much like she did long, long before your time. Yes, you smile so much like she did long, long before your time."